go. We rolling?
Yeah, we rolling.
Should I do sound check or what?
Nah, you're good. I did all of that before we with the camera. Come on, man. No.
I had to get it out of my system. You go.
What is good, people of the internet? It's your boy Jay Shawn. I'm accompanied by...
My name is Nathan4Now. You can call me Nattie4Now.
Of course, and we're here for our Survivor Series predictions. This is the first of what will be many predictions to come. And sadly, no, it ain't sad. We don't have anything at stake for this first one. There's nothing to be put at stake because, for God's sake, no.
Not yet.
Not yet. We might include some things later, pending on popularity, but
it depends on you guys. So make this stuff
again, pending on popularity. But we're gonna predict Survivor Series top to bottom, and we're just gonna go from there.
If anything, this is for bragging rights. If anything, if it was my way, I'd put the dry macaroni thing on the line, but I'm not going to risk that myself. So, shall we get started with it, or do you have anything else for me?
No, let's just go ahead. Survivor Series will get started.
We'll get started with the pre-show match with the only championship that's on the line, Enzo Amore versus Kalisto.
Honestly, I'm predicting that they're gonna give Kalisto the belt. I feel like what they're doing is kind of like what they did with the whole Rich Swann, T.J. Perkins, Rich Swann, D. Brian Kendrick, where they kind of like hot potatoed it back and forth until they got to Neville, which is kind of rumored. And I don't know if you've heard this rumor. It's rumored that he actually is that Neville's going to be doing like a surprise return.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
like Sunday Survivor Series, or just
in general in the future.
Anytime in the near future.
And to be fair, as much as it would be like, oh yeah, he was like the babyface return. Everybody's heard that he walked out. He comes back to face Enzo. They kind of need him as the heel.
I mean,
they kind of need him as the heel. Like, I wouldn't even go as far as to say, oh, they need him just because Enzo's not doing his job. It's just They don't have any standout heels besides Enzo Amore. Like, none of the other heels on 205 Live are really standing out.
Wait a second, time out. You telling me that Drew Gulak does not stand out?
No, he doesn't.
How dare you?
He doesn't. But either way,
I'm insulted by you.
I predict Kalisto. Who do you predict? Why?
Actually, I'm going opposite for you for this one. I'm going with Enzo for this one for the win. Because at this point, if they were gonna put the belt on Kalisto, I know they already did it, but they would have kept it on Kalisto. I think that this is probably some of Enzo's best work right now. I think that Enzo is, as much as we hate him, he's more entertaining when he has the belt on. Yeah. And if you're, I'm not even putting this in before. Like, I didn't know about the Enzo or Neville thing before I picked Enzo, but if Neville is supposed to return, they're going to finish up that feud that they had beforehand, to where Neville is going to be not so much a baby face, but just like he's determined to get his crown. He is determined to get that
to go back and become the king
of the cruiserweights.
I love that. I don't know why I love that so much.
Because it's so beautiful.
It sounds so. It's so odd sounding, but it works.
He works it. He makes it rock.
The king of the cruiserweights.
But now that we got the pre-show out of the way, let's get to the champion versus champion matches.
Of course.
Starting with
the show. I believe the show is going to open. Honestly, I predict the show is going to start with Baron Corbin versus The Miz.
That's a reasonable pick.
Simply because they've had the least amount of back and forth when it comes to like what they've said to each other. The Miz has had he's had his moments on TV. Baron Corbin hasn't so much because he's been having to defend his title, or he's been in like a little mini feud with Sin Cara. Mm-hmm. But opening shows Baron versus Miz. I'm gonna let you predict this one first. I did the pre-show. Who do you predict to win and why?
I'm actually gonna predict that Baron Corbin is winning.
Is it because Baron Corbin?
Because Baron Corbin. No. As of right now, Baron Corbin has been on a bit of a hot streak. I mean, I know. I mean, it's one of those. Whenever the time really matters, he's stepped up. I mean, he's earned that.
Except for if it was against John Cena.
Well, that's John Cena. And, that was like during punishment mode. All right, he's out of punishment mode. He is shining best. And I
I feel like the only reason they dropped the belt and they put it on Baron is so that way they could move AJ into the title picture
Now,
and have him versus Brock, which we will get into later.
I'll say, see, you're not wrong, but if that was the case, they would have pulled that trigger like a couple weeks sooner if that was exactly the case. Because keep in mind, Baron Corbin, he just recently got the belt, like Hell in a Cell. But like the fact that he's holding a title belt, is that saying punishment mode?
No,
this isn't Roman Reigns holding the U.S. title belt. This is Baron Corbin getting his first championship in the WWE. I think that he's going to bring that intensity that he usually brings. He's going to destroy the Miz Taraj, because I know they're going to try to get involved at one point.
My prediction is going to be that he just honestly cannot keep up with the Miz Taraj. I'm predicting the Miz is going to win. He's going to pin Baron Corbin after some chicanery. I do.
Let me ask this: you really think that the Miz Taraj person? Because let's be honest, they're not really where they should be, and Curtis Axel is acting injured with that whole entire neck brace. He's
still going to try.
They're going to try, but it's going to determine on. I think that Baron Corbin just has that intensity, especially as of late. Now that he's got Sin Cara off his back and gotten that stupid feud out of the, or not the stupid feud, but gotten that feud out of the way, he's going to have his eyes focused on the Miz. That's why I think that Baron Corbin is going to get the win.
I guess you could say so.
I will also note that this is like my least confident of the picks. Out of all the picks I got, this is the one I'm least confident about.
Okay. After that, I guess we might. I'm not sure if we're gonna get any of our Survivor Series matches next.
I think those two are gonna be like the main event. So we'll save those two for last since they're the most involved of the bunch.
All right. Then well, next is actually no. Because of what I'm predicting for the show, I'm gonna say that next is gonna be the women's 5-on-5.
Okay.
Because am I wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong. Carmella is included in the 5-on-5.
Carmella is included in the 5-on-5. I think I know where you're going with your prediction, but I'll hold off on that prediction.
But I believe next is going to be 5-on-5. I have for this one.
I'm surprised you're debating this long for it.
I have this one honestly for Raw. Coming out on top, but not because of Asuka.
Oh, go on.
Not because of Asuka.
I am intrigued. Go on.
I feel like what they're gonna do is they're gonna have them focused on Asuka. They are gonna focus on Asuka. They're gonna play up the fact that in one-on-one competition, she's undefeated. Something's gonna happen. Some kind of smarmy. Something is gonna happen. She's gonna get pinned, or she's gonna get counted out, and she's gonna be out of the match. Something's gonna happen that is gonna make her like, okay, so that was like their ace in the hole. What are they gonna do? And I believe is gonna end up being Carmella and Becky Lynch being the last two standing for Team SmackDown.
Okay.
And actually, let's also kind of put a pin in this. Shane McMahon on Twitter, I believe, he said that Natalya showed the intensity that she's going to be the fifth person.
Yeah, they announced that.
But it's still up in the air. I believe we're going to have a special entrance, a fifth person in the addition of Paige. I do. I believe that because she was supposed to be. She was supposed to be on Raw, but that
was the rumor.
No, it's because she tweeted a picture of her and some fans that kind of ruined the surprise. So they were like, okay, since you don't know how to sit down and act like a normal child for like 5 minutes, we're gonna go and we're gonna put you on SmackDown.
I think that's just simply rumor and such, but that's for me to know and for whoever to find out.
Exactly.
But anyways, actually, I'm going with Raw, but this was a no-brainer for me. Asuka's in the match, all right? I know how everyone's playing.
That's honestly like saying Raw's got to win because Braun Strowman won the match. Because in that same lighting, that's how it was last year.
Well, let me put it like this, all right? Look, Asuka, they're going to push her to the moon, so they're going to make her look dominant. However, I think that it's going to come down to on the Raw team. It's going to come down between Asuka and Alicia Fox, and like. Alicia Fox is probably going to get, intense at times, but it's going to come down to Asuka. I'm not going to say that she's going to eliminate 5 members off of SmackDown team. I'm saying like 2-3 members, to where she'll look dominant. And I hate how everyone's like, oh, it's only one-on-one competition. She's had multiple matches. She defended her championship twice with multiple people. One of them being a fatal 4-way at San Antonio, the other one being a triple threat at Chicago. So it's not like, it's strictly one-on-one action, but you also got to keep in mind that, if you look at the teams, yes, SmackDown was a more, put together group, but that was when Charlotte was still on the team. Now that Natalya has been announced, there's going to be a little bit of a dysfunction there. Natalya thinks that she's going to be the best, blah, blah, blah. She's going to distract some of the people, but along with that, you also have, like I said, you have Asuka, you got Bayley, you got Sasha Banks, you got Nia Jax, you got Alicia Fox. Those 5 are... They're pretty good, well put together team. I think Bayley's going to finally show something after months of seemingly being buried. Hopefully this will help elevate her stock.
Yeah,
but I think it's going to come down to Asuka basically helping the team to victory.
No,
they're going to keep her hidden like a secret weapon, kind of if all else fails, we use her.
Still don't believe it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Especially the fact that they have both Nia Jax and Asuka on the same team. That's why I'm just I believe SmackDown is going to overcome this one.
Well, this isn't Nia Jax isn't Dana Brooks. Nia Jax is at least a little bit smarter than what Dana Brooks was this past week on Raw.
Whatever.
After this, let's go to our next match. Which one you want? Which one you want? Tag team or women's?
I think tag team is going to...
We'll go with tag team? Alright, we'll go with tag team. Since you started the prediction last time, there's a no... I'm not going to say it's a no-brainer for this one, but I'm picking the Usos to win this match.
Really?
Yes, I'm picking
You're picking the Usos over the Bar.
Yes, I'm picking the Usos over the Bar. Because, listen, honestly, the Usos have been hot right now. I know this whole entire little feud with Ben Abel has kind of, dust off a little bit of their shine or whatever, but... The Bar can eat a loss. The Bar have been eating losses within the past couple months, and they're still one of the top teams.
But the fact that they're the new, they just recently won the tag championship.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, yes, they did just win, but they got the win thanks to help from distraction from the New Day. If anything, I feel like the New Day did that purposely so that the Usos could have an advantage in a sense. So.
Okay, I'm not going to disagree with you. I agree with you that the Usos are going to win this week.
Okay.
But my reasoning is different in the sense of it's not because Cesaro can eat a loss. I think this one is just because how they're building up the Usos to be. And I feel like between the two, the Usos are more of a fan favorite. They're more marketable at the moment. And granted, people know Sheamus and Cesaro. But the Usos, as a long run, have been tag champs.
Yeah, I get you.
And they've multiple time tag team champions, multiple time tag team. They've literally done singles competition. When one was injured, they have more of the tag team expertise than the other.
I mean, I see where you're coming from, but it's just, especially with how hot the Usos have been with the past month, I think it would be kind of a disappointment if they won. Or not the past, the past few months, especially with that feud with the New Day and whatever. They have elevated their stocks to being one of the best tag teams right now.
What's with you in elevating stock? Are you trying to be a stockbroker?
Hell no, no.
Is that what it is, bro?
But it's one of those in WWE. It's about how good you look. That's why they're pushing Roman Reigns to the moon. All right,
Can we not with that? Please.
Speaking of pushing Roman Reigns to the moon, how about we go to our next match,
which is a Raw versus SmackDown, but a traditional. It's not even. I realize that it's not a traditional elimination.
No, this is just a tag team match.
It's just a straight tag team, 3-on-3 tag team.
The Shield. Okay. I guess as they're calling on TV, the original Shield versus...
Because it has to be known that they're the original.
Versus...
The original.
The New Day.
Yeah, they're not adding Triple H or Kurt Angle or...
we get it. We get it.
Whoever else was a part of it. I don't know who else was actually
Either way, Shield versus New Day. Who do you got for this one?
Shield... No. Actually, no. I changed my mind. No. simply because I'm the dirt sheet expertise. Ooh, I like that, sounded nice. No, I believe that it's going to be the New Day because they're going to start building Seth versus Dean at WrestleMania.
So you think they're going to start?
I believe they're going to start, and I know there are going to be the people who are like, why would they start doing it now? Or they just did it, or they just put it back together, blah 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 blah. If you look at what is to be gained from this, though,
yeah.
First off, the New Day skyrocket them if they were to win. It would just straight skyrocket them to the next level. You have to admit. And then on top of it, son of a biscuit. I'm sorry. I'm playing.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm trying to wait for you.
I'm playing WWE Supercard. And on top of it, just looking at the two. Look at who it is.
Okay. Yeah, it's New Day versus Shield.
They're not. And you said this. You've said this in the past. They're not going to keep Roman Reigns in the Shield for very much longer because, as much as I hate to admit this, he's profitable by himself.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So they're going to have Seth and Dean go off, do their little thing, their little, oh, you betrayed me, but you betrayed me first.
And then Ron's going to be like, I got nothing to do with this.
And Roman's going to go off and be big bad macho muscle man by himself.
Okay.
So I'm picking the New Day. More specifically, I'm going to pick Xavier Woods to pin Seth Rollins.
Okay, that's interesting. I see where you're coming from, but I'm sorry, the Shield has to win this. All right.
Why? Why do you feel like the Shield has to win?
Because this is like the first pay-per-view chance that we get to see the Shield together. And
that's Roman Reigns' fault.
I know it's. Well, to be fair, it's not like he purposely got the mumps. All right.
It's not, but still.
But it's the fact that the reason why the Shield was put together was to make Roman Reigns was to make the three of them look really good. And it's to make Roman Reigns look really good. Now, I'm not saying they're going to come in here and they're going to absolutely demolish, but New Day can eat a loss. Okay, the New Day have shown that they can eat a loss and still look really good. And it's
the only way, and honestly, the only way I'll be satisfied with this match is if a match on the same caliber as the Usos and them in Hell in a Cell.
That I'm saying it would be up there. I'd love to see that kind of match, and I think that'd be the case. I think this could easily be the match to steal the show.
You think so?
I think so. Honestly, looking at the rest of these matches on here, the only one that I could see being like the masterpiece of the show would be the men's tag team match, but I'll get to that in a little bit.
All right.
But at the same time, like looking at these two, Roman Reigns is going to come out there dominantly. They're going to protect the Shield like all crazy, and they're going to make each of them look really good. Even if there's a little bit of dysfunction, they're going to get the win. All right. If they're going to tease dysfunction, it won't be full force until Royal Rumble. There might be the seeds might be planted. There might be one or two like little mishap here and there to where he might bring that up. But I'm staying firm when I say that the Shield is going to get the win. With Roman Reigns doing, the triple power bomb onto, I think, Big E. I'm going to go Big E on that one.
Really?
Yeah, it'd be the most dominant looking one.
Nah.
That's your opinion. Let's get to one of the other two champion versus championship match, the women's match, shall we?
Oh, joy. We get Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair. Granted, though, I will admit, I was more excited for this match than I was for Alexa Bliss and Natalya. I can't say, oh, I really wanted Alexa Bliss and Natalya. I'm like, okay, I actually can sit here and vibe with Alexa and Charlotte. So I'm gonna give this one. Ooh.
You want me to give my pick first, or do you want to?
I'm gonna give it, honestly, I'm gonna give it to Charlotte.
You're gonna give it to Charlotte?
I'm gonna give it to Charlotte.
Would you like to explain your reasoning?
One, she just won the title. And granted, she could become she could have been one of the, what do they call, transition champions.
Yeah.
Granted, she could be that, and this is to set up for Carmella. She's probably, I'm almost 100% convinced that she is going to cash in this Sunday for two reasons.
Okay, go on.
For two big reasons. One, They never specified that as Miss Money in the Bank, she couldn't cash in on either Raw or SmackDown's Women's Champion.
True.
And 2, they need another heel on Raw right now. Since they just recently lost Emma. Yeah. And who was the other one that was on?
Summer Rae.
Yeah, it's been so long. I don't.
Yeah, but they got. They're gonna. Well, hopefully they'll bring. Well, you already had your prediction for SmackDown.
Exactly.
But
I like I said, I believe that is gonna be.
So you think Charlotte's gonna get the win so they have that high moment just to be smashed down by Carmella cashing in Money in the Bank?
Yes, but I don't believe she's gonna cash in
on Charlotte. She's gonna cash in on Alexa Bliss.
I believe she's going to use that clause of I can cash in on a champion anytime, anywhere, to cash in on Alexa and go from SmackDown to Raw. Which, if it happened, I will actually be very, very entertained and happy. Because that singlet that she's been wearing recently, yes.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from. I would agree with some of that stuff. I could see Carmella definitely cashing in, except for one little tiny itty bitty problem.
What?
They just got rid of James Ellsworth. You don't just get
rid of the perfect time.
No, you don't get rid of. You don't get rid of.
I hate to admit that I'm gonna miss James Ellsworth because it's true. He's a true inspiration. I feel like with they're gonna play up the fact that is like, oh, I kicked him to the curb, which allowed me to be able to go out, and I feel like they're going to play on that.
Maybe, but I will say I do agree with you on the fact that Charlotte is going to win this match. Yeah, okay. I think Charlotte's going to get the win, but I think like with everything that's going to probably happen this Sunday, I don't think cashing in for the Money in the Bank is going to really account for one of them. I think it's going to be too big of a moment to have for that in a sense. I think they're going to save that for either the next pay-per-view that they got, or Royal Rumble, or even WrestleMania. Can you imagine Charlotte or Carmella cashing in on Charlotte at WrestleMania?
No, I couldn't.
Because you know she's going to hold that belt until Carmella cashes in, and that could be either at or after WrestleMania.
Oh God, I hope not.
Oh, you know they are, because they love Charlotte, and Charlotte is a great wrestler. Be honest with me. Charlotte is a great wrestler. Not even just a great women's wrestler. She is a great wrestler.
Like, I will admit that Charlotte has given me surprising matches this year.
There we go. I can at least... Yeah,
but I will not go as far as to call her... I will call her the best women's wrestler we've had in the past decade. But I will not go as far as to say the best wrestler, because she definitely still has a lot of places.
Not the best. I'm not saying like she's absolute greatest of all time.
The best!
Yeah, I'm not saying greatest of all time, but she's definitely one of the best wrestlers we have right now.
Okay, I can give you that. I can fuck with that.
All right, so now we're down to 2 matches. Both of them men's matches. We want to go tag team or single first?
Let's go with the single.
Let's go with the single. Then we have the title versus title match of the phenomenal AJ Styles going up against Brock Lesnar.
I totally fucking forgot.
You totally forgot it? You mentioned it earlier.
I totally fucking... In the span... You see, that's how bad my mind is. In the span of just a few minutes ago from now, I forgot.
You forgot that there was Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles.
Yes, okay. I forgot.
Well, then do you want me to pick my answer while you think of yours?
I already know. It's going to be Brock Lesnar.
It's going to be Brock Lesnar.
It's going to be Brock Lesnar.
Would you like to go ahead and explain why?
Just because, as much as I want to be like, oh yeah, all of that stuff that Daniel Bryan said is going to come true. He's going to get tired. He's going to give up. No. He's going to go in. AJ Styles is probably going to flip over one suplex. Just one. And he's going to eat all of the rest of them. And that is going to be the end of that.
Okay. I do agree with you. It's definitely going to be Lesnar.
It's got to be Lesnar.
I will say, though, I do agree that there's going to be at least one flip in the thing. However, I don't think it's going to end with just a bunch of suplexes. It's going to end with one F5, like all of Brock Lesnar's matches have.
One
F5.
You know what? I won't even go as far as to say just one. I'll say we're going to get at least 2 phenomenal forearms.
Okay.
And an F5, and then that's going to be
There we go. That's more reasonable.
I got you. My prediction, right here. He goes for 2 phenomenal forearms. The first one he gets. The second one
becomes an
Brock
F5.
catches, picks him up, F5, game
Oh,
over.
I will lose it if that happens. I will give you all the credit in the world if that happens. Holy crap, that sounds amazing.
I believe it's going to happen.
Okay.
Because honestly, I don't doubt that it's going to be a competitive match, and I don't doubt that it's going to be a good match. I doubt.
Let me put it like this. I think this will probably be the best Brock Lesnar match we've had in the past year. Yes, and I'm saying that's even better than his loss and his win over Goldberg.
Only reason I won't even put those on the list is because I would put the match, the Fatal 4-Way match. Granted, he was out most of it with an
Oh,
injury.
you know what? I forgot about that match.
Granted, he was out most of that match with an injury. I'll put that one up there as one of his best matches simply because, one, he's sold getting put through 2 fucking tables.
By Braun Strowman.
Oh my God,
But then,
Brock.
but then turned around and defeat Braun Strowman with a single F5.
Oh, I'm already going to predict it now. Brock's going to lose his title to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania because you know, his contract is coming up soon.
Yeah.
And apparently this time no amount of money is going to get him to come back. He's actually going to
You think
he's
so?
He's going to stay out this time. Like he's going to leave. He might come back maybe for like a one-off kind of thing, but he's not going to come back.
Anything can happen over the span of a year.
You're right.
Or a
I'll
couple
give you
months.
that.
So, if anything, I'm thinking, you know, if he'll do something for the money. Because, you know, hey, he may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but he knows money. All right? He speaks money.
You're right.
But, like I was saying, no, like, Lesnar's going to get the win. Like, that's there's no doubt about that.
You know what would actually be hilarious,
That
though?
would be hilarious.
If Brock Lesnar comes out, he does him and Paul Heyman, they do their whole thing. Daniel Bryan's music hits. He comes out, ladies and gentlemen.
And he introduces AJ.
And he basically does what he did on SmackDown again on Sunday, only to like an added effect of like he's wearing a suit and tie, like he's doing like the little like Heyman kind of thing where he like struts.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Now let me ask this one last little thing.
All right.
Do you think Jinder Mahal's going to interfere in the match?
No.
No, you don't think so?
No, I don't believe. I believe we're gonna get mentions of him all night, and we might even see him backstage.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a promo or like a video thing.
But
right
I
before
do
it.
not believe he's going to go as far as to interfere in the match.
I think if he's going to interfere, it's going to be after the match when AJ's on the ground.
Yes.
There we go.
If anything would have happened, that would be with.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event. I think it could be. We have ourselves the Men's Tag Team Survivor Series match. Team Raw, consisting of Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, and Triple H, going up against the SmackDown Live team of Shane McMahon, Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, Randy Orton, and John Cena.
Cena.
Who do you have to win?
Team SmackDown.
You have SmackDown?
I have SmackDown winning.
Okay, come on.
Actually, I have SmackDown winning after a chicanery of events. Here we go.
A chicanery? Is
A
that
chicanery of events.
Wait a second, was that teasing of something or?
No.
Okay.
Buckle in because this is about to be a wild ride.
Go
Okay,
in.
the match starts. Is going to be a normal match. We're going to get 2 eliminations, 1 SmackDown, 1 Raw. Don't know who. Honestly, yes, I'm going to predict Bobby Roode is going to be the first for SmackDown. For Raw, it's going to be, let's see, who was in this? You said it was Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman.
You're going through the whole entire thing, aren't you?
I'm going to believe it's going to be maybe Finn Balor going to be the first one. Honestly, I'm going to put it because of some foolishness between him and Samoa Joe, because they're teasing a rivalry with them too.
Which I'd be perfectly okay for.
We're going to get down to probably the team of Kurt, Triple H, and Braun versus Shane, John Cena, and Randy. Randy's gonna eat a power slam from Braun. He's gonna get eliminated. It's gonna be John and Shane versus Triple H and Kurt Angle and Braun. Some way or another, Braun Strowman gets counted out again this year because you gotta keep him looking strong.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
This down to Kurt and Triple H versus Shane and John Cena. Somehow or another, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn cause Shane. He gets eliminated. It's John versus Triple H and Kurt Angle.
Oh. You think Cena's going to go Super Cena mode?
No.
Oh.
You shut your mouth and let me say what I'm going to say.
Let's go.
It's going to come down to the 2 of them. Triple H and Kurt Angle are going to be the last 2. John Cena is going to eliminate Triple H. It's going to come down to John Cena and Kurt Angle. Jason Jordan comes out. Jason Jordan cost his dad the match. No, flip that. I'm sorry. It's going to come down to Triple H and John Cena. I apologize. I messed that up. Jason Jordan is going to come down. He's going to cost Triple H the match, which is going to, one, set out a thing with Triple H and Jason Jordan, which will subsequently ricochet Triple H into Kurt Angle for Triple H and Kurt Angle for WrestleMania. John Cena, while he's been MIA since SummerSlam, is going to be the sole survivor.
It wasn't SummerSlam. It was the one after that, No Mercy.
It was?
Yeah, remember his Roman Reigns? Yeah.
I keep thinking that was SummerSlam. But either way, we're going to get the entirety of SmackDown coming down to congratulate John Cena, who gives them the win. It's going to be John Cena is the reason they win.
Okay. Well, believe it or not, I do believe that it is going to come down to Kurt Angle versus Triple H for Raw team. However, I think the Raw team's going to get the win.
Well, I mean, if it comes down to Kurt Angle and Triple H, of course it would.
Well, no, because here's the thing, all right? So, you have John Cena winning the match. I think that's wrong.
Cena.
I think that's wrong. I think he's going to be not one of the first guys eliminated, but he'll be like one of the top 5 people last eliminated or whatnot. Because look,
disrespect John Cena.
No, I don't disrespect John Cena, but John Cena has been selling for a lot of people recently, with the exception of Baron Corbin. We all know why.
Exactly, and that's another reason why I say he's not gonna. Not gonna eat a pinfall.
But listen, here's the thing: Cena's the guy that's there now to kind of put guys over, and what this is going to do is going to help. Who is he putting over in a 5-on-5 match? Because nobody is going to look and say, in this specific 5-on-5 match, this guy pinned John Cena. They're not going to do it. No, well, maybe they will. You'll know. It depends on who gets the pin or whatnot. For all we know, it could be Braun Strowman. It could be Finn Balor. It could be Samoa Joe. Any one of those 3, I'd be more than happy to see get that pinfall against John Cena. I love John Cena. All right, let me get that off the bat. But John Cena is not going to be the major factor. The major factor is going to be Triple H and Kurt Angle. All right, they're going to be the last 2 guys on Team Raw.
Of course they are.
And Triple H is going to find some tomfoolery way, maybe with the help of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I'm not going to guarantee that, but
Jason Jordan is definitely going to get involved in this one. I
don't think he's going to get involved. I think he's not going to get involved until like the Raw after.
No.
What I'm saying,
the only reason I believe he's going to get involved is because, one, he's pissed off that his dad actually, granted his hands were a little tied, he's pissed because his dad took him off of the Team Raw. And then on top of it, he's pissed that Triple H went as far as to kick him in his dick.
Can you get at least your phone out of your face so people can see you talking?
Kick him in the dick and pedigree him.
Look, as I see where you're coming from with that one, I just don't see Jason Jordan getting involved. I know that he's pissed off, but they're going to wait on that. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, they might get involved. I could see them getting involved. But it's going to come down, like I said, it's going to come down to Kurt Angle and Triple H, and Triple H is going to get the win. He's going to eliminate whatever guys is left, so that way, going forward, Triple H can have that over Kurt Angle's head. You couldn't win that match without me. You're lucky to have a job because of me. That's going to lead, your son wouldn't have been able to do it. I did it. It's going to lead to where Kurt Angle's going to get to that boiling point once and for all and just snap. And then tell Triple H to lay it all down. That's going to be the next step. I remember how I said Monday was the first step towards the Kurt Angle Triple H match. This Sunday Survivor Series, that's going to be the second step.
Of course, because the second step is going to involve. No, you know how long they're going to flesh this out. They're going to do exactly what they did with Goldberg and. They're going to do the same thing that they did with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. They're going to have the setup where everybody's like, oh shit, the shock moment at Survivor Series. Yeah. Royal Rumble comes around, there's going to be another shock moment. WrestleMania comes around, they're actually going to get to blow it all off in the match.
I see where you're coming from, but again, this is just my belief. I could be wrong. I'm probably thinking more into this than you are. But no, this is why I think, because knowing Triple H and knowing how they've ran like the authority thing or whatnot, they're going to try to milk this thing as much as they can. They're going to try to push this all into Kurt Angle's face until he decides to finally just blow up about it. That's what it's going to lead to. It's going to lead to, again.
That's what they're going to do. That they haven't done a good job of doing it already.
Not yet, but this is
what kind of dad doesn't get pissed off when you put their hand on your son?
His hands was tied because hey, my boss is right here. If I snap at my boss, I could lose my job. I don't want to lose my job.
This is my fucking child. I don't give a. See, this is a definite difference between you and I. I don't give a fuck if that is my boss. If you put your hands on my child, I'm gonna go to jail.
I agree with you, but at the same time, in that situation, I can see where Kurt is coming from, and that's why I'm saying that Triple H is gonna get the win, hold that over Kurt Angle, and that's gonna be either way, Raw's team is gonna win their Survivor Series match.
SmackDown.
And I want to note that with that would give Raw the overall win. For at least for my predictions, it's going to give them the overall win of Survivor Series of 4-3.
Nah, I feel like what they're gonna do is they're gonna have SmackDown go over in most of theirs. Actually, have I had any Raw?
Do you want me to go down the list?
Yeah,
because I put down all your things. So to recap predictions, Survivor Series, Enzo versus Kalisto. You have Kalisto. I have Enzo. Miz versus Corbin. I have Corbin. You have Miz. So there's one Raw.
Okay, I picked somebody in the Raw.
Usos versus The Bar. I picked the Usos. You picked The Bar. Yeah, you picked The Bar.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with them.
Because you said they just won that championship.
Actually, the Bar Mitzvah.
Bar Mitzvah.
No.
Anyways,
and Brian Zane, I'm gonna keep calling you out about that. I heard you say the Bar Mitzvah. Damn it.
You're not the first one to think of this stuff.
I said it before he did, though.
Did you put it on Twitter, though?
Yes.
When?
On my own personal account, not on the What the Wrestling.
Anyways.
Shut up.
For Alexa versus Charlotte, we both have Charlotte, but you have the added addition of Carmella cashing in for the Raw Championship.
Damn right.
For Shield New Day, you have New Day, I have Shield. For Lesnar, AJ Styles, we both have Lesnar.
Ha. That's two.
And then... No, it's 3 Raw for you.
Oh yeah, the Bar. I forget about the Bar.
And then we both have the Raw team winning for the women's match. You have SmackDown winning the men's. I have Raw winning for the men's. So either way, we're both going to be 4-3, and we're both going for. I think that's both of us going for.
I'm honestly pulling for SmackDown in this one. Even though I got my prediction, I'm overall pulling for Raw to win majority tomorrow.
You mean SmackDown?
SmackDwn. Yes.
No, it's
I'm overall pulling for them simply because when I first got into wrestling, I couldn't watch Monday nights because I used to have a bedtime. That was when I was real young. I was knee high to a Sprite back then. So Friday night, back when SmackDown was on Friday nights, I would watch SmackDown because I could actually stay up until about 12:30, 1 o'clock before I actually fell asleep because my body was tired.
What kid didn't do that growing up? Let's be honest.
And I couldn't stay up for Raw because my mom was like, "You got to go to bed." So even that, and that was back when Raw started at 9 o'clock, not when it was at 8. So I really couldn't then. So I could maybe catch 30 minutes of Raw, then I'd have to go to bed. So I'm biased. I definitely want SmackDown to win because that's me.
I'm just going with Raw mainly because of how they're going to set this up. It's one of those where Kurt Angle's job will be safe if Raw gets the majority of the wins. But yet,
which is another reason why I feel like SmackDown's going to take majority because they're going to push the fact that, okay, he lost his job, so now he can pledge to be a wrestler.
Well, then there's no...
Now he can pledge full-time to wrestling. He won't have to step away from the general manager role to wrestle. He could just wrestle full-time.
Yeah, but at the same time, how's he going to consistently... Because you think after that he gets fired from GM, he's going to continue wrestling on Raw?
To be fair, Shawn Michaels done it.
That makes no sense.
Shawn Michaels did it. Why can't he?
No. Whenever you get fired as the general manager for one brand, you're going to stay on that brand as a wrestler?
Yes. No, that's happened. It's happened. People who have been general manager, even Alicia Fox has done it. She's had her chance as the general manager, well, technically with the assistant, but still, she got fired from that position, went back to wrestling. AJ did it. She was. How about
we just wrap this up, shall we? All right.
Look, see, so you want to wrap it up because you know I'm right.
No, I want to wrap it up because I'm tired of hearing you talk about.
Whatever.
Anyway, so yeah, those are predictions.
Those are predictions. If you wanna get live reaction, follow me on Twitter at WhatDWrestling, WhatDE Wrestling, WRESTLING.
Good job.
Shut up. You'll see our logo on the thing. So that'll be that. You'll get live reaction from myself and a couple of notes from this one here.
If anything, just pay attention to my Twitter at Nathan_D Ragland. I'll probably be live tweeting it myself.
Of course. For whatever reason, Twitter, I actually would try to do like the mobile. I would try to do like the mobile live thing, but for whatever reason, the What the Wrestling account isn't connected to live mobile.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
That's weird. Either way, that's it. Those are our predictions. You keep track. Let us know who wins.
with that, you guys, enjoy War Games, because this will be going up during War Games / after. And
Wait a second, time out. Who do you think's going? Just
Maybe not.
No, I just want to get this one. Who do you think's going to win War Games?
The Authors of Pain.
You think the Authors of Pain?
Roderick Strong.
I'm going Undisputed Era because of Roderick Strong. Anyways,
Either way, with that being said, I hope you guys come back for the next couple of videos. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I've been Jay Shawn.
I've been Natty.
Holla at your boy.
Hasta luego, mi amigos.
You know what I realized?